It's time for you to try out NCAA 2K25. Now, I know we have reached the life cycle in 2K where everybody is pretty much waiting on the next game to come out. And it's practically June, so really we only have 3 more months until NBA 2K26 releases. But if you love playing the game and maybe the excitement just isn't there for you anymore, I definitely suggest that you try out NCAA 2K25. Now, the good thing about this is there are a lot of different ways that you can do it. For my people who just want to load up and maybe play with their favorite college team or some of their favorite college players, it's as easy as loading a roster in Play Now and you can play with some of the different college teams, and I'll show you how to do that. So if all you want to do is play with some college teams and hoop, you can simply come to Play Now and it can be just as easy as that. You don't have to go into all the extraness of creating a roster or messing with custom rosters. You can download somebody else's roster and you can just use the teams right away. So you come to Play Now. As you can see in the bottom left, we got load roster down there. You click the left stick and then you want to go to user created roster. Now right here on the hot section, we have a bunch of different rosters created by a ton of different people, and there are different ones, so you can try out a couple different ones to see which ones that you like. But right here, the third option down, we have NCAA 2K25 by Professor 2K Tweets. This is somebody who is known for creating a bunch of different custom rosters, college rosters included. But you can go ahead and just select this one and it will go ahead and put all of the teams in there for you. Now, of course, if you try out different rosters, they may have different teams on there. But as you can see, we got UConn, Purdue, Indiana, Iowa State, Baylor, Kansas, Duke, Rutgers, Alabama, North Carolina. All of the big name schools are pretty much here. Auburn, Kansas. And you can go ahead and just load up and play in a game. Saying all the logos and everything, the players are on there, the jerseys are on there, the courts are created for you. Everything is already done. So this is as simple as it gets. But maybe you want to take it a step further and you want to do a little more than just a Play Now game. Maybe you want to do an entire season at the collegiate level, do a March Madness, so to speak, and play with your favorite college team that way. There's also another easy way to do this. So you would want to utilize My NBA in this instance. Now, there are a couple different ways you can go about setting this up. If you're somebody who doesn't want to take the time to set up the whole My NBA, you can come down here to 2K Share. There are already scenarios set up for you using college teams. So when you come into here, again, you have this hot section, and there are different users who create different scenarios and have different teams already set up in the My NBA, and you can kind of load up that scenario and all the teams that are already put in there for you. Now, a scenario that you can load up, you can come here, you can scroll through some, or you can search it. You can search by content name. You could type in college or you could type in NCAA and you can look and see which one you may want to go with. But one that I have actually used is by a user named MarG's. So you could type that in and you can give this one a try and see how you like it. And that has 3 E's in it. And as you can see, he has a couple different scenarios that you can start off with. He has start today with the NBA draft lottery results. He has the EYBL. So if you're interested in, AAU basketball, high school basketball, you can set it up like this too. Or if you want to go to college, you can do that as well. Now it'll go ahead and pull all that information and all the setup he has, all the teams and everything, and it's just as easy as that. It starts you at the beginning of the season and you have your different college teams. Now we can go and see what teams he has on here. We can go to the team selection. A lot of the big names, man. You got Miami, Alabama, Auburn, Villanova, Arizona, Duke, Baylor, Oregon, UCF, a lot of the big name schools. So you can go make your selection. You can hit triangle or Y to deselect all the teams and pick whichever team you want, and you can control that team. Now, of course, you go to the roster and you got your players here as well. You got Ace Bailey, we got RJ Davis, Caleb Love, Cooper Flagg, VJ Edgecomb. This is showing all the different players on here, but it's already set up for you, so there's very little that you have to do in terms of setting this up. Now, this is great if you just want something new and refreshing to play on 2K, and it's even better if you have friends to play it with. So you get some friends in here and set this up, do an online league, and then it'll be 100 times more fun. But it's already fun just from this experience, man. You could do a player lock on a certain player and have a sort of my career type experience in college. Now, I'm going to show you how to set it up and what you would need to do if you want to actually choose all of your settings before adding in the custom roster to kind of manipulate the league in the way you want it to be. So, of course, you would come to My NBA, you would start a new one, you would choose the modern era. Now, all of this is completely up to you, man. You can do a fantasy draft if you want to and completely change the NCAA altogether, man. Everybody entered the transfer portal, and you can run this with some friends and y'all could play with your own teams and draft your own players. So if that's something you wanted to do, of course, you turn the fantasy draft on. But for the sake of the video, we're just going to keep everybody where they originally are. So a few settings that I like to tweak when I do the college My NBA setup. I like to turn on the customized league rules option so I can change a few of the rules so it can be more realistic of the college rules. You know, change the fouls from 6 to 5 before a player fouls out. Turn off the defensive 3 seconds, you know, so they can run zone. And then to get the college players, of course, you'll want to turn on custom roster. We're going to need that. You'll also want to do customized league. If there are any teams that are not on the roster that you're using, you can expand the league and add more college teams in there. And a couple other settings are the simple and the advanced settings. I also turn those on. So since it's college, we don't need any of this, you know, role-playing elements. You can turn off the draft storylines, or you can keep them on if you want to. I like to turn it off and just leave morale and chemistry. The budget options, salary cap, hard cap, you don't need that. You can keep the FIBA tournament if you want to. NBA Cup you can usually turn off, but if you want to turn it on and just say it's some sort of, you know, during the season college tournament, you can do that if you want to. You could pick where you want to start from between the regular season and the off season. Obviously start today wouldn't make sense for college. And then if you want to do an online league, you can do that with your friends and you can turn this on. After you've done all your settings, you're going to pick your roster. You're going to go back to user created roster, and then here we got that same college roster by Professor 2K Tweets. You'll want to select that, and as you can see, you have all of your different college teams. You can add new teams if you want to do that. The roster may have some other teams in here that they've created. Here they don't have any, but there are rosters where they have more than just 30 college teams, and you can expand the league with the other teams that they have in there. But you can also do an expansion, add an expansion team. You can download a team design if you made one. You can create one and upload it, but there are community team designs on here, so you know you might find a college team that you don't have in there that you can add on there. But after you get this situated, of course, you want to advance. You'll go through your rules. Since it's college, you don't play 82 games in college. You can drop it down to something more realistic like 29. They play around 30 something games. Change your minutes, set that up however you want to. This right here, negotiated contracts, you could turn that off. And then, you know, anything else you want to tweak, you could change it how you want to. Of course, your difficulty, put it wherever you want to. And then when you're set with all that, you can continue. Here's where I was talking about with the rules. You can change it to be more realistic college rules. Like I was saying right here, change the number of fouls from 6 to 5. And then right here, reinstate the defensive key violation, allow zone defenses. I want to change this to eliminate the defensive key violation to allow zone defenses. And then you can set that up to change any other rules that you think might be good. Also, this one is another good one. Eliminate the possession arrow rule. Jump balls will be used to decide possession when appropriate. I want to implement a possession arrow rule to be used in place of jump balls after the opening tip, just to be a little bit more realistic of the college experience. So after you get done with that, of course, you want to advance and you have all your teams right here, man. Pick whichever team you want to go with, and then it'll finish loading everything up for you, and then it'll give you the option to select a draft class. Now, of course, when you come to this option, you go to user created draft class, and then I would select the 2026. This ATD is attention to detail 2026 NBA draft. Now, I did that because if we're going from this past NCAA season, you know, next season coming up here, we got players like Bryce James that will be joining Arizona. So, you know, those influx of players will be coming in. So that's why I did the 2026 draft for that. So that is how you set it up on the console side of things, man. Now it's the same exact way on the PC, but the PC does give you a lot more advantages, and I have been over cooking something up on the PC side. All right, so not only am I able to do the exact same thing on PC, but I'm able to take it a whole step further with mods on PC. As you can see, I got a bunch of different college teams here, man, more than what I had on console. I got Mizzou. You can add these same expansion teams on here, but I'm gonna show you where the PC community separates itself from console. We got Mizzou, we got Marquette, we got Michigan, we got Memphis. A lot of big name schools here, man. They got the jerseys in here. Everything is great. And this is where the PC community shines, man. We got Cooper Flag, and he actually looks exactly like Cooper Flag. We have the custom cyber face here, which just elevates the experience 1,000 times over. And I have been cooking up a little something over here on the PC side of things, man, setting some things up. Yes, you are looking at Mikey Williams. Look at the level of detail of this cyber face. It looks exactly like Mikey Williams. It is Mikey Williams. It has all of his tattoos. And this is a setup for a series coming to the channel, man, that you would definitely not want to miss out on. So make sure you sub up and you turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel down below. As always, be sure to stay safe out here, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.